Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome back for more Let's Play Ratchet and Clank Going Commando. Last time, we pretty much finished up here on Planet Endako, also known as Megalopolis, whatever you want to call it, I guess. Yeah, we're pretty much finished besides one Platinum Bolt, which we'll be coming back for at a later on point. And... okay, we're heading off to Planet Barlow in this video, but that's not why I gave a giant sigh. I am recording post-commentary for this video, and the next video, and the next video, and the next video, and the next video. I tried to record this session, and... this video in particular, I got a really bad case of sailor mouth at something we'll be getting to in this video, and, I didn't really feel like going through this again. I could have re-recorded this entire video, but I didn't really want to be bothered, and yeah, Audacity just randomly decided to crash for, like, no reason, and I honestly had no way of recovering the commentary. So, yeah, you're stuck with me mumbling about in post for the next 5 videos.
Hey, who let you in here? Get lost before I flatten your robot into a hubcap.
Touch him, and it's Plasma City!
Oh, gosh. You didn't have to yell. Why did he have to yell?
Hey, man.
I can't hear you. La, 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 la. Only the little guy.
Sir, it is okay. We are your fellow desert riders.
You are? So you understand my sensitivities?
Absolutely, sir. We just came here to race.
Well, you can borrow my Bluebell, so long as you're gentle. She just needs a few repairs.
Hang in there, my brother. Bluebell is in good hands.
I love that cutscene. That's actually one of my favorite cutscenes in the game, just for that alone. So yeah, we just have another pretty simple puzzle here. Nothing too taxing about these. I've said before many times, I honestly like these puzzles because they're never really that taxing, and even if you mess it up, it's not that hard to redo it. So yeah, we have hoverbike races in this game. Ratchet and Clank 1 had hoverboard races, and this game has hoverbikes. These missions, okay. There's kind of like a default main one you have to do, but then there's also side missions you can do as well. I'm gonna be blunt and straight up say this. Especially if you get really pissed off, I do not recommend going for all of these missions. I'm just gonna be straightforward about that. I will be going after all these in the Let's Play, because I do want to go after all the missions in, like, levels that have multiple missions in them. This is not something where I would recommend going after every mission. For one thing, this first race isn't that bad. In fact, honestly, none of the races except for the last one are that bad. I messed up big time there, and I still have no trouble really, like, not only catching up, but also just winning this. Yeah. Most of these races, I'm pretty much cutting a lot of things out because, a lot of the races aren't really that different. They just kind of have some minor course variants, like one shortcut might open up here on one of the variants. There's kind of 5 main missions, which is kind of making me think of Sonic Adventure 2 in a weird sense now, but, yeah, there's 5 main missions to this. The first one is literally just a standard race. I think the second one gives you access to items. The third one opens up, like, a certain shortcut, and the fourth one, the AI start using items. And coincidentally, like Sonic Adventure 2, the 5th mission is hard mode. If you can't tell, the moment of this video where I originally got a bad case of sailor mouth was attempting the hard mode race. Because it is complete and utter asinine. I'm just going to be straightforward and say that. It is a really, really difficult mission. And I'm just going to be straight up and transparent. It is not the only time there is a hoverboard race in this game, so yeah, I'm not really looking forward to doing the other racetrack on the expert mode. I'll just say that straight up. And that's it, but as for the main one, that's it. Really, nothing too simple. Or nothing too
Great
difficult.
racing, buddy. Here, take this helmet so the guys know you're one of us.
Thank you, sir.
Uh-oh. Incoming message from the boss. Attention all Thugs for Less employees. First of all, whatever slug brain's been eating all the choochie bars in the break room, better quit stuffing his face, or else... Hey, turn those lights off! It's bad feng shui. Ahem. Next, our space rendezvous point has been moved to, and listen up, knuckleheads, the Felsen system in Sector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're no good with numbers, find a buddy to help you. Lastly, the company picnic is this Sunday. Don't forget to bring your own juice this time. Hey! I saw that, Cletus! You just turned yourself right up. Don't worry. The boss only yells because he loves us.
Yes, sir. I do feel his affection.
Did you see that broadcast?
Not really.
We should scope out that rendezvous point.
Yes, we might intercept some stray transmissions.
We will not be doing that in this video. I'm just gonna be straightforward about that, because we still have a lot of stuff left on this planet. So yeah, Challenge 2 is... As I already said, weapons are available here. I believe I go through one lap of this at normal speed, and then I cut the rest of this race out because it's not that different. Yeah, we kind of just see the weapon boxes there. The AI doesn't use weapons in this at all, meaning this is still a really, really straightforward race. So, in a way, I kind of don't mind that just because there wasn't really a whole lot to talk about in a sense, and I was already going to be doing a lot of cutting and editing anyway, given how... I'm both, like, it's weird because I'm both happy and sad of how, like, you're never going to hear me, like, get as pissed off as I did, because this was the most pissed off I've gotten in a very long time. Like, I don't even think anything in all of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts made me this pissed off. And that game has some pretty BS moments in it, for sure, but this race... yeah. And yep, here we go. I just decided to speed up the rest of this race, because there's not a lot to really go through with this one. For the most part with these races, you're pretty much just going to want to play the track a couple of times, memorize the layout, and just grab all the booster things you can, and basically use them as soon as you can. So, conceptually, it's easy enough. When the AI starts shooting you with items, that's where things become asinine. So yeah, we get 2,000 bolts for that. I'm just gonna be straight up forward. I don't think these bolt requirements are good at all. We get 3,000 bolts for the third one here. We have a new shortcut that's opened up here. Besides that, there's not any other difference with this one, really. The AI is also still just as dumb as before, so yeah, there's one new shortcut that's opened up, and besides that, the shortcut's right here on the right. And I don't even take it on this lap, so yeah. Besides that, though, yeah, besides that, there's just not really a whole heck of a lot to really discuss with this one. It's... I actually lost my train of thought what I was gonna say there a minute ago. Yeah, like... I haven't gotten this angry at this in a while, and on one hand, I'm kind of disappointed you won't get to ever hear me, like, talk about how angry I was. At the same time, you're not missing anything. Because it could have, I don't even know if it was just, like, me being tired or what, but yeah, it was just kind of a weird, maybe an off morning for me, I'm not really sure. So that's it for the third race there. And the fourth race only gets you 4,000 bolts. If you're just trying to get, like, play through the game normally and don't really care about 100%, this would be the last one I would recommend doing, because I don't really recommend the fifth one at all. If you're just trying to play it casually. So yeah, the AI will start using weapons on you, but I still don't find them very aggressive. These green crosshairs, though, you're gonna notice them a little bit. Oh my god, if you try to do this expert race, get used to seeing these stupid green crosshairs, and they are the biggest pain in the ass in the entire freaking game thus far. Because if they hit you, they not only will, well, they'll kind of do like what that guy did there, where they kind of stun you. As you can see, we made it through that there. The green crosshairs will stun you, but they'll also get rid of your boosts and your weapon, which can make things a pain in the ass. And the expert circuit, let's take a look at this here. You only get 6,000 bolts from this one. Let's look at how many problems I have. Bang. Bang. Bam. 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 I think you get the point of this right now. If you see this green crosshair, do everything in your power to stay the hell out of it. If you go in it and it turns red, consider hitting pause and hitting restart, because you're not avoiding this. And this green crosshair, it almost always comes up at the same parts, but it is the most inopportune freaking moments that this stupid missile will ever show up. I spent, like, I want to say over a half hour doing this. It was between 20 to 30 minutes just doing this race, which isn't the longest I've ever spent doing a video. There'd been parts in Nuts and Bolts where I spent, like, over an hour doing one specific mission. But this was not fun to go through. I'm just gonna be blunt about that one there. And I came close several times, but still, for 6,000 bolts, I don't think this is worth it. Like, you can get 6,000 bolts easily, just, like, doing various arena challenges, even doing stuff that we're gonna have coming up. Like, the next, planet and missions that we got give you more than 6,000 bolts. I think in total, if you do all these missions, you get about 15,000. And even then, I don't think that's worth it, if I'm being perfectly honest. There's 6,000 bolts, I hate to say, doesn't buy you a whole lot in this game. Early on, yes, but late game, not as much. If you see the green crosshair, your best advice is to move out of the way, because, yeah. And the green crosshair almost always shows up in the same general areas, I find. Sometimes at the start. It's almost always at the very end, and that's the biggest piss-off point whenever it shows up at the very end. And also, I've had it show up here a couple of times, but not super often. Yeah, it sometimes shows up in this cave here. It's always annoying whenever it does do that, but it's manageable at the very least. This bridge here, I almost always see that stupid green crosshair show up there, and I hate it on the bridge because you don't have a whole lot of room to move left and right. You just want to stay out of it as much as you can. Yeah, this is the part here. The green crosshair, I've almost always seen it at that end ramp there, and it is the biggest pain in the ass there, because I've also had times where you just, like, I try to avoid the crosshair and then I fly off the ramp and crash into a wall instead, or just stupid stuff like that. And there's no protection. If that crosshair turns red, you have literally no protection unless you randomly get lucky and get a barrier, which I find doesn't really even help you very much in that situation. So, yeah, this was not fun. I'm just gonna be straight up forward and say this. The hoverbike segments, I don't mind normally just trying to do just a default, like, race, but the expert course was not a fun part of this game at all. I also got a trophy for doing this as well, which I kind of wish was on my main profile and not my side profile. Because I have two accounts on my PS3, one that I just kind of have for the Let's Play of this, and yeah, I kind of just check my trophy collection for this here. As you can see what stuff I have all the trophies in here, which is pretty much just Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter in this. But yeah, this is not something I ever have plans of revisiting. But yeah, when you're all done with that, we get about 15,000 bolts. Very nice if you're just trying to, like, afford something. Like, we have enough money to afford basically anything we want here. But, yeah, otherwise, I don't recommend doing that. I really don't. Save your sanity. Like, there's 6,000 bolts. Fight Chainblade, like, 10 times, and you'll be able to get a lot of bolts that way. You can do missions coming up that give you more than that. You can redo missions a few times coming up and get a lot of bolts that way. It's not worth doing that at all, I'm sorry to say. If it was a lot higher, like if you got like 10,000 bolts for that, then I'd say, yeah, maybe go for it, but 6,000, that's really not a lot, I'm sorry. Anyways, we couldn't go this way before either because we didn't have the swing shots, so we're gonna head through this place now. And we just kind of got a little bit of a side area here. Not a whole heck of a lot here, but just kind of a nice little side distraction area that we can kind of go through with this. And it'll eventually lead to another item that we're gonna need coming up. In fact, actually, you need this before going off to, not the next planet, but kind of the next planet, but not the next objective, if that makes sense. That'll make more sense in the next video, but yeah, you will need to come this way. And I think in my practice run, I actually forgot to do this, or like, at one point, and then whenever I went to the next planet, I realized I didn't have a gadget that was needed at the time, so yeah, it was a little bit strange for me, but yeah, you definitely want to come here while you can, and for what it's worth, this is a pretty simplistic area. Just kind of got some really simple platforming. The design of this place actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Metroid Prime 2 in a sense. Not quite as detailed in a weird way. I mean, like, this game still has a cartoonier aesthetic than Metroid Prime 2 does, and I know I'm saying that, and this is the one that got an HD remaster, and seriously, please make a freaking HD version of Metroid Prime. I'm freaking begging you, Retro and Nintendo, please do that. But, yeah, it's, I can, at the same time, though, I still think the Ratchet and Clank, HD remasters, though, I think they do still hold up, and they do still, like, you can tell it's an upscale PS2 game, but at the same time, I don't think that matters really, especially when the gameplay of everything else is still pretty much as great as it's always been. So, just kind of looking on our map here, not a whole lot really in this area. I feel like there is a secret around here somewhere, I'm just not really sure where it is. I also get weird SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom vibes from this, and I don't really know why. Like, I feel like there's a part in, I think, Sandy's Dream that's kind of like this. I don't really... It's been a while since I played that game, but I kind of get strange vibes from that. We're also very close to upgrading the Blitz gun, which is very, very nice. And I'm pretty sure by the end of this by the end of this session, I'm pretty sure we eventually fully upgraded the Blitz gun and the mini turret glove. I almost just called it by its upgraded name there, but yeah, so in here we got a cutscene.
It works! My invention works!
Huh?
It's called the Therminator. It fires charged thermal pellets that can thaw an ice block or freeze a body of water. Gadgetron will pay me millions.
Hey, I don't know how long you've been frozen, but I don't think Gadgetron's operated in this galaxy for years. Everyone buys Megacorp products these days.
Hey, maybe you'd like to buy it.
Yep, time to buy the Therminator.
Hey, maybe Megacorp is hiring.
Use the Therminator to thaw ice.
We got the Therminator. We got Arnold Schwarzenegger as a weapon. This is actually not a half-bad gadget. I don't mind this one. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a gadget that shoots at a body of water here. And for what it's worth, You don't have to, like, ever set, like, if you want it to freeze or if you want it to thaw. It'll just automatically, if you shoot it at a body of water, it'll freeze. If you shoot it at ice, it'll thaw. It's just automatic that way. And for what it's worth, that's not half bad. If the weapon's a little bit slow, but honestly, they could have done a lot worse with this one. I realize I keep calling it a weapon. I know it's a gadget, but yeah, this is also pretty much the end of this path, and pretty much the end of the video, too. There's not really a lot left here. Next time on Let's Play Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, we will head off to... We will head off to the Thug Rendezvous point that we got the instruction to. But first, I want to buy a pulse rifle. I'll go over more of the pulse rifle in the next couple of videos. It's literally a sniper rifle, though. And it's a pretty powerful weapon, and it's actually not too hard to upgrade either. I'll get more into that in a bit, but yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode of Ratchet and Clank. Peace out.